The White House still reeling after cocaine was discovered in the West Wing. First, we were told that the illicit substance was found in the West Wing library. Then they claimed it was found in the highly trafficked West Wing reception area that was under construction. And now we're learning it was actually found in a cubby within the vicinity of the Situation Room by the executive entrance. Joining us now to discuss is attorney Ford O'Connell. Also with us, Project 21 member and political activist Whitley Yates. And joining us again, special guest for the hour, business and political analyst John Burnett. So let me start off with you, Ford. First, the White House, Karine Jean-Pierre, she sounds like a broken record when it comes to anything to do with Hunter Biden. Take a listen.
I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. Again, I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. And I just said to you, the White House counsel's office, I would refer you to the White House counsel.
Would you commit to having the White House counsel come here and take questions?
That is something that I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. I don't even...
She, hands down, is the most ineffective press secretary I think this country has ever seen. Ford, the fact that she can't even come up with a good answer, it's embarrassing.
Well, there's no question about it that Karine Jean-Pierre is the worst press secretary in White House history. And let's be honest here, we were told that this was going to be the most transparent White House in history, and they are the least transparent White House in history. I think she's only answered something like 2% of the questions about Hunter Biden. Let's remember, the Hunter Biden story is a Joe Biden story. This is about whether or not they took foreign bribes from Ukraine, China, and Romania, and whether or not they're compromised with America's biggest enemies. Between Joe Biden's stumbles and his inability to serve another 4 years as president, America needs to know whether he's capable of serving and whether or not he's compromised with America's worst enemies, and they are trying to bury this story as quickly as possible.
I couldn't agree more. John, what's your reaction, to all of this? The White House, I think they either need to revamp their entire security team or they're a bunch of liars. Jen Psaki, day one, said we're going to be truthful and transparent with the American people, and they've been anything but.
Well, I like to refer the American people to a new president in 2024, because that's exactly what we need. The thing is that, my mind went back to President Bush, right? He said, just say no. Then Biden is saying, just say no, it's not yours. Now the Secret Service is saying, just say, we don't know, right? And that's the narrative that they're actually going with. Because the thing is, I don't expect details, facts, and the truth to come out of this investigation. They want to cover it up, whether it's Hunter Biden or not. Why? Because it's an embarrassment. But the American people deserve answers. Will we get it? We don't know, but we need to apply pressure.
I know the Secret Service says they're going to finish their investigation supposedly by tomorrow. They're going to do fingerprint analysis. But remember, they covered for him with the laptop as well for Hunter Biden. Right. And to Ford's point, this all leads back to Joe Biden and his incompetency. Because if we have a drug addict coming into the White House, that's a national security issue in and of itself.
Absolutely. And we need to have better protocols, right? Bring in more dogs if the humans can't do the proper surveillance. The thing is that the Secret Service, law enforcement, which I support. However, by nature of their job, they're not in business to reveal secrets. They're in business to protect and keep things undercover. So again, I don't expect them to come up or disclose the truth and facts about this situation.
That is sad. Now, Whitley, the folks over at MSDNC decided to sound off on a federal judge barring the Biden administration from contacting social media companies to censor Americans. I want you to take a listen to this.
The idea that, though, folks are just encouraging folks to do one thing or the other, that to me would probably be in the category of free speech, not just for the public to have free speech, but for members of the administration to have free speech.
I clearly feel that in the end, the decision will be refined somewhat because government has to have the right to have its own free speech, to push back when they see things on social media they think are dangerous.
Wow. What's your reaction, Whitley?
What we know from the Twitter files is that the Biden administration believes in crafting and creating messages and potentially lies for the American people. They have worked with big tech exclusively during their campaign season to limit the messages and stories that could be reproduced. Stories such as Hunter Biden possibly doing illicit drugs and being with hired women. That's a story that they wanted to suppress, and they were able to do that. You can't even bring cranberry juice into the White House, and now there's cocaine in there. What is happening? I just think overall, Hunter Biden is an extreme security risk for the nation and has been, not only domestically, but internationally as well. And something needs to be done about it.
I know we've become a laughingstock of the world at this point. Ford O'Connell, Whitley, Yates, John Burnett, thank you guys for being with us.
Thank you, Lydia.